Hello viewers, welcome to Young Maths Academy. Today we'll consider profits and loss. Under profit and loss, we need to understand some basic terms on profit and loss. So we'll just go into those terms, take some mathematical proofs, and get required formulae to solve questions on profit and loss. Okay, so terms to consider. Number one, let's consider cost price. Cost price is the amount you purchase an article. So amount you buy a particular article is the cost price. So selling price selling price is the amount you sell a particular article, the amount an article is being sold out. That is your selling price. So we have to consider profits, or we say gain. So your profit is simply the amount you gain from selling an article purchased. So when your selling price is greater than your cost price, you are said to have a profit. So your profit is the amount you obtain from selling an article that you bought. So your profit is the gain there. We have loss as well. So when your cost price is greater than your selling price, you are at loss. So that is simply what loss is. In purchasing an article, you purchase an article for some specific amount, and the cost price is greater than the selling price, then you say you own at loss. So there's something also we have to include here, which is overhead. Overhead, all expenses made. For example, maybe cost of transportation, cost of repair, and all that. All expenses made while you go to purchase a particular article is regarded as overhead. So, and it is important to know that we are to always add our overheads to our cost price whenever we are to find either the selling price or profit percent or whatever the question may require us to look for. So quickly we go to the mathematical expressions. Mathematically, we have that profit is selling price minus cost price. Then we usually simply write it as SP minus CP. Also, we have that loss is equal to cost price minus selling price, which is same thing as CP minus SP. Likewise, we have that we have selling price to be cost price plus profits, and as well selling price is also the same thing as cost price minus loss. So just making selling price subject of the formula, and if I bring this here, this will be negative cost price. So multiplying both sides by minus, I have positive cost price, negative loss. So we have selling price to be cost price minus loss, and we can also have that cost price. Now cost price to be selling price minus profit, selling price minus profits. So selling price, or cost price to be from here your cost price will be selling price plus loss. So selling price plus loss. So we have these let me call these 6. So we have these 6 equations here, and we'll also have to include some other. We have this. If we are to find profit percent, so when we are to obtain a profit percent, we know that our percentage profit or percentage loss, percentage profit or loss is simply your total profit or loss, that is or loss over the cost price by 100. So yeah, by 100. So this is another important formula to know under profits and loss. So quickly I will take one more part of this, and then we end it for this class. So we also have cases whereby we will be required to find either selling price or cost price, whereby we are giving our percent of profit in the question, or we are giving our percent of a particular percentage. When I say our percent, it's a particular percentage of loss or profit. So let's say when giving our percent of profits, so when we are giving our percent of profits, we know that selling price is equal to, so from here you could see that selling price is cost price rather plus what profits. So selling price still is like as a cost price plus, now while giving our percent of profits, we are just substituting that as our percent of the cost price. The profit you make is a particular percentage of your cost price. So in place of writing profit, we write the R percent of cost price. So that from here, you see that cost price plus R percent is same thing as R over 100 multiplied by cost price. So that from here, and then it simply means that I have 1 plus R over 100 cost price. So means our selling price is same thing as 1 plus R over 100 multiplied by cost price. So we can still write it as selling price is equal to 100 plus R over 100 multiplied by cost price. It's still the same thing, taking the LCM of what is in the bracket. But we just have to leave it like that. So that here we can now say when we are giving our percent of loss. So while we have our percent of loss, our percent of loss, selling price is equal to, you can see here we have it to be cost price minus, so our percent of loss is simply the same thing as our percent of that same cost price. So because it's just the same thing as what's the amount you lose regarding the amount you bought the good, so that our percent of loss is same thing as our percent of the cost price. So that here we have that we have 1 minus the same thing as R over 100, our percent multiplied by cost price. So your selling price likewise is 1 minus R over 100 multiplied by cost price when we are giving our percent of loss. So this is what I have for you for today. Thank you.